Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, and welcome to Unturned 3.8.6. The game was updated last night at like 10 o'clock, and I was already in bed, so now it is tomorrow afternoon. Luckily it wasn't too major of an update. I mean, it contains awesome stuff, like, let's be honest, but, you know, it's not like I should get out of bed to make the video. But yesterday's update was all about building items. Well, most of it was. More so I should say placeable items. For the most part, it's been ramparts and garages added into Unturned 3.0, and that's why I've built this fancy house. I'll give you a bit of a tour. It's basic, it's just the house. There's no furnishings in here, but we kind of have this storage area in here with some windows to look over to Charlottetown and Fernwood Farm and Wiltshire Farm, and then yeah, you kind of get all a PI. I'm way over by this that radio antenna between the two farms, or between Wiltshire and Charlottetown. And so I mean, out here there's a nice little deck, but there's no railings. I mean, you'd like to go out and get this nice view, but it's dangerous out here. You can fall. And before this update, there wasn't really anything that you could do. You could put windows here, but then you wouldn't be outside. You wouldn't be in the free air. But now we have ramparts added in today's update, and we'll go over those. And then also outside, we have little spaces for garages, because garage, doorways and the garage doors themselves have been added as well. And then lastly, we have now the basics of electricity. So we now have generators, work lights, and then in the future we'll get some more stuff, probably later tonight with that. But for now, I guess I'll go over the ramparts. So in my inventory, I have, over here at the bottom, I have the metal versions of the ramparts, and then I have the maple versions of the ramparts. It also comes in pine and birch, but for now I'm just going to show you the metal ones and the wood ones, just to keep it nice and simple. But these posts are essentially like 1/3 the height of a normal pillar, and you put them down, and I'm going to put them like right here. And you can connect ramparts between these two posts. And you can put ramparts between pillars as well if you'd like to. If you're going to do like a double-decker deck thing, you could put two pillars and then put the ramparts in between. But for now, I'm just going to show you guys between two posts. So they're essentially just cut versions of the pillars, and that's what they look like. And then now when you equip the ramparts, you're now able to connect them between the two. But you could also connect them between two pillars like this. And then you'd put it there, and then you could put another one up there if you put two posts beside it. So anyway, you put them right here, like so. They fit very nicely. Essentially, it really is just 1/3 of a wall. And now you have a bit of a railing to look over without falling off or getting shot, and most importantly. So in a PvP instance, most of the snipers are going to be where civilization is. It's doubtful that snipers are going to be sniping me from down at the beach. Most of them are going to be sniping me from the mainland. So I'm going to try and upgrade these ramparts along this wall, and to do so I'm going to use metal ramparts. So these ones behave exactly the same as the wooden ones, they just look differently. The metal ones are just kind of perfectly rectangular, and you just put them on each of the little vertexes, and then, actually it looks like I gave myself an extra one, and then you can put down the little metal ramparts, and they're just like perfectly rectangular. My only kind of complaint with this is that it really still kind of makes this dock feel enclosed. It might be because they're too tall. Like I can't, it's kind of ruining my view. I can't really see down there. Two ways to fix that is to make them even shorter, make them like down to there, or make it like a railing. You know, with these wooden instances, you'd basically leave this top one, and then you kind of put little support beams there or something, make them like railings, or just shorten them, or do a combo of both. I don't know, but as of right now, that's kind of too tall, and it's kind of, since it's a solid object, it kind of makes this whole place feel enclosed. But anyway, those are the ramparts. Next up, let's check out the new garages and gates. Now here I have two different slots for garages for me to park my car. One of them I'm going to put a wooden enclosure, and one of them I'm going to put a metal enclosure. And over here, you basically have a maple garage. This is exactly like in 2.0, but for those of you who haven't played Unturned 2.0, in order to put a gate into your world, it has to be snapped into a garage. And so you create this little garage doorway thing, and it's essentially just a massive version of a regular doorway, because you're going to need to fit a car into it, obviously. And then now you can take your maple gate and you can put it in there, and now it's got a little enclosure, and then you can get out of your car and flip it up like that. Ooh, that's new. It like flips like a real garage. Fancy. In Unturned 2.0, it just went straight up, and it would stick out the top, and it looked really weird, but now they kind of fold backwards and inwards like a real garage. That's really fancy. So you can drive your car up here. I don't really have a car. I guess I have these ones. We can try it out real quick. So you can take your Humvee, drive it up the hill. This is probably not a very good place to put my house in terms of parking cars, but once you get up here somehow, you can take your Humvee, open up the gate, then drive your Humvee inside very slowly because you don't want to damage your house, and park it until you reach the wall. There we go. Now I'm inside. Ah, God, I'm inside my car as well. That's a bit strange. There might have to be some sort of fix to that. There we go, because you kind of get stuck inside your car. But anyway, now you can close it up, and nobody will be able to see that your car is in there. But if any sort of individual wants to come up and steal your car, all they have to do is they just have to open your gate. Anybody can open the gate. And if you don't want people to do that, which I'm very sure you probably don't want people to steal your car, especially a Humvee as well, especially if you have like an APC or something, you don't want people to steal that. So you're going to need to enclose it in a metal version, which can only be opened up by you and the people in your group. And so you make the enclosure. The enclosure can be anything. You can still put a metal gate inside a wooden enclosure, but just to make it match better, you can do a metal enclosure and alongside a metal gate, and now you've got a metal version of it, and now it can only be opened by you and the people in your group, so randoms can't come up here and just open up your gate. They're going to have to destroy it, and it will take a long time, trust me. But now you can just open it. Behaves exactly the same as the other gates. You can park your car in there, you can close it, do all that stuff. These little gates and enclosures also come in pine and birch as well, just like the ramparts and posts that we went over earlier. So far, I don't really have any complaints, really. I mean, they work well. I really like the new animation, how they don't like stick up through the wall, especially if you had two-story houses and then garages on the lower floor. When you, in Unturned 2.0, when you opened up the garage, it would stick up, and it would stick up into the second floor. But now it kind of folds away, out of sight, out of mind, and I like that a lot. Next, and lastly, we now have the electricity aspect of the game that has been added. Right now we just have the basics. We have the generator and the work light. Well, actually it's been called the spotlight now, but in the future we'll get electric traps and all sorts of different electricity powered things, and also we'll have the addition of fuel required to power these generators. So for now, these generators, I believe, have infinite power. They just go on forever. They're magic. But in the future you're going to have to refill these. But once you find a generator, you can equip it and place it down anywhere in the world. It can even be on grass, it can be on pretty steep surfaces as well, and it can also even be really close up to the wall, so close up to it that it can like be inside the wall, and that's kind of strange. So like right now, if I were to place it down, it would be sticking through the wall. So I think it should have a bigger range of like placeability or whatever. Like make it to where if I were to try and place it down right now, it would be red because it would be sticking in the wall. And you kind of see what I'm saying? But right now I can place it down like that, and that's kind of weird because it's like sticking through the wall. Well, right now it actually looks really nice like that. You can also double stack these apparently, so that's pretty nice. Place them more compactly, even though that's really inefficient because all you really need is one generator for anything within its radius. So you really want to spread these out. So you might want to put one like over here. Actually, I could put one under my house. This is probably a good place to put it. There we go. Yeah, that's a good spot right there. But anyway, so once you've got generators kind of placed around, they'll automatically turn on. In the future, when you look at them, it'll probably have like a bar telling you how much fuel it has before you need to refill it. But when it's currently on, you can stop them in order to stop the sound. But they kind of make a little bit of a rumble if you listen. But anyway, while they're on, you can put in work lights as long as it's within the range of the generator. I'm assuming that this would probably be too far away, but we can try it out. So one up close to the generator, like let's say right here. Oh crap, I put it facing the wrong direction. But so now I guess we're letting everyone know in this direction that our house is right here. But anyway, it will be powered. As you can see, we've got little lights here. If I turn it to nighttime, right now, as you can see, it's lighting up the whole place. And the lighting of Unturned 3.0 makes this seem a lot more eerie. Look at this. It's kind of lighting up the night. That's crazy. Wait, I'll unequip this. Look at this. It's pretty crazy. Can you imagine zombies coming over the hill, going in the light? Anyway, that's pretty cool. But now, we have these little work lights, and you can power up the inside. Just rotate them like so, put them like that, and we've lit up the inside of the house as well. Very nice. So this is kind of the basics of the electricity powered things. And if I turn off these generators, it will turn off the lights because these are no longer receiving power and you can't turn these on. Well, I guess you can turn them on, but they won't receive power, or they won't turn on because they aren't receiving power. And then the instant you turn on these generators, you can turn them on. Now, if you put a light outside of the radius of a generator, like we take this light and we put it like right over here, let's say, pachow, you won't be able to power it because it's not within the range of a generator. And if at any point you find a generator, you can put it within the range of this, and then you can light it up. It's just like an Unturned 2.0, but the major upgrade is that just the lighting of Unturned 3.0 is better than it is in 2.0, so these are looking a lot cooler. Like just lighting up my Humvee, just the lighting at nighttime, it's just a lot more eerie. I don't know, something about it. Pretty cool. But anyway, as of right now, that's really everything that was added in Unturned 3.8.6. We have the basics of electricity alongside ramparts and garages, and for now we pretty much have like everything we need to build a house. We've got ramps, stairs, ladders, holes, windows, doorways, garages, all that stuff. And then now we've got this electricity, and more stuff will be added in the future. But as of right now, that is all I have for now for the Unturned 3.8.6.0 update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish because MeLikeBigBoom is out.